when it comes to prospecting and pitching your deal, your product, service, opportunity to people, um, it's obvious, right? It's a routine thing, right? You watch the video, you do this, and then you go for the pitch, right? Um, Normal, and most people already know the deal, right? Most people have heard it before, some way or another. So I have been trying something very different for the past. Now the secret is gonna come out for pretty much everybody. Um, for the past month and a half, I've been trying something very different, and it's paid off. It's paid off really nice, and it's comfortable and it's relaxed. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you tonight is that I got an approval stamp. Like I got a stamp of approval stamp of approval. Well, not almost on this whole thought, if you would. And it's gonna really change your game. If you're in network marketing and if you're building and if you're prospecting and you're out there, this is gonna change your game. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I have been kind of talking to people and hold on. Okay. So I've been talking to people, and most of the people that have like friend requested me recently or have been in touch with me recently are digital marketers or are network marketers, that kind of a thing, right? And I have been approaching them very differently than before. I used to just like, friend them or what have you, and then they would throw the pitch at me. This time I ask them for the pitch. Just ask them for the pitch. Hey, what are you selling? What are you gonna pitch me, right? Now, that's a whole other life, but I don't want to get into that. But that's the kind of approach I've been doing. Now, here's the other thing. And I've been talking to other people, right? I've been prospecting out. So people have been prospecting me, I've been prospecting out. So the people that I've been prospecting out, here's what I've been doing. And this is, hey Dahlia, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So the people I've been prospecting out, here's what I have done. And I titled this the no pitch approach, right? No pitch, no prospect, no pitch, right? So instead of pitching them your deal and your opportunity, how amazing it is, and how your products are from the mountains, and all this stuff, we all have them, right? We all have them. So instead of pitching all this stuff, and I know you've heard this before, but not in this context. I tell you, instead of doing that, I just kind of reach in for the reasons why I joined when that question came up for me. So let's say somebody says, hey, this is one of those deals. This is just like every other pyramid deal, network marketing thing, And what I've been doing, instead of just coming with a generic, well, there's like two generic ones really. One is like, well, what do you know about a pyramid deal, right? And then the other one is like, no, a pyramid deal is not this, and then you go into like the whole why this is not a pyramid, right? But instead of doing that, and I'm not going to get into that because I've done lives in that already, but instead of doing that, I reached in and I said, because at one point I asked this question, and I just gave the answer that I gave myself. You know what that makes that answer to be? Genuine, real. I gave the answer that I gave myself when I asked that question. Myself. I asked if this is pyramid. Is this a quick get rich quick deal thingy? Is this? Is this that? Right? So I asked that question, and I know people, yes, I know, you've asked me that question, and I know people ask me that question. Now, instead of me coming like a AI robot, now I can throw in our good friend AI, right? Instead of coming out like a robot and say, well, I just like say what's on my mind right then and right then, right? And it just becomes real. It becomes a conversation instead of a pitch. So what I'm asking you to do, and I'm gonna tell you what happened today. Okay, right before this live, I was on a phone call with somebody. I'll tell you. So don't pitch your prospect. I know that sounds very strange. Don't pitch them the deal. See, I can talk sales like that because I've been in sales most of my life, right? You guys know that. 38 jobs, 10 different industries. I've sold a lot of things, right? Don't pitch them the deal. In everything else, I always pitch the deal, right? I always pitch the rate, the this, the that, the jewelry, the whatever I sold, right? I pitch the deal. Here, don't pitch the deal. Ask them the same way you asked yourself, not any other way. And I'm going to tell you why. So tonight I was talking to a prospect I had reached out to a while back. Maybe, kind of embarrassed to say, maybe about a month ago. And somehow, her chat, I didn't catch, man. I didn't catch until yesterday. No, on Tuesday, 2 days ago. Like, it's been a month, right? And I'm like, oh. So I reached out to her. I said, don't hate me, please. And, I didn't see your chat. So are you still interested and stuff? Not really, blah, blah, blah. And finally, we got on the phone. Let's just cut to the chase. And we got on the phone tonight. And we talked for a little bit, and I kind of shared some stories about my story, like how I'm ended up here, why I'm here, and what I see, what I'm planning on doing, and things like that. So just kind of shared a little bit. And she said the most interesting thing that I have never heard. I have never heard this. And my jaw literally dropped when she said this. And I just froze. And I said, oh my God. I never understood that until this moment. Of course, I didn't say it out loud. It's just in my head. So when I talk to her about what we do and how we do it and all this stuff, and I normally don't get on the phone, but we were talking and stuff because I felt like after a month of dropping the ball, deserves to be on the phone. So we started talking and stuff. She goes, I've been approached 2 other times. I'm not gonna name the companies, and both times I I like the concept. I like the whole network marketing thing. I'm into the marketing. Both of the times I got really close to getting in. Are you ready for this? But nobody made me feel like that my story has a place there. Did you hear what I just said? I never felt my story has a place there. Nobody made me feel like my story needs to be said or shared or it's got a place in that company. Wow. That made me think, holy smokes, that's like a whole different game plan. A lot of people don't join, well, one, because they're afraid of recruiting, and let's put it out, let's just be truthful. But two, maybe they feel like their story doesn't belong. Like we don't do a very good job at letting them know, hey, your story actually belongs to this culture, belongs to this community. It's like special. It's going to do stuff. Your story is important. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. Stories are what sells, right? A lot of people join just because of the community. They just buy the products and they come to the meetings and they go to the seminars and they just kind of like the culture. They like the, feel good people, It's not always about the pitch, about the deal. So don't pitch the prospect. You can share the plan, the vision, the idea, what the company is about. You got a video, you got a tool. Like John always says, John Melton says, don't be the tool, don't be the fool, use the tool, right? Don't be a fool, use the tool. So same thing, you got videos, you got groups, you got this, that, use them because you want to use the procedure, the whole journey, the way you do it. People are going to think that's how they got to do it. If you're flipping backwards and presenting something, they're like, well, I can't flip backwards. You know what I mean? So make it simple. And when you're sharing the plan, sharing the vision, don't make it a pitch. Don't make it a deal. Don't make it like, back in the day in sales, we used to, in mortgages and sales floors, we used to, when we got a deal, we would hang up the phone and high five the guy or the gal right next to us and say, we got another one. That's how it is in the cubicle world and the call center world. These people that call you randomly about your car insurance, that's how it is. They high five the guy and the gal next to them and say, I got another one. It's not how it works here. You got another one here, and then so what? Like, then what? Like, what happens? Like, let's say I got somebody who bought in a package from me. Okay. Crickets. Like, what happens? Nothing. What, I get a few bucks? Okay. It's not about the high five, right? So don't pitch the deal. Share the vision, the journey, the plan, whatever you got, use that. And remember, if you get stuck in a question, go back. I know you asked this question originally from yourself when you decided to join. Go back and see how that question got satisfied to you, right? Somehow that question was answered for you. That's why you joined somewhere, whoever you are, wherever you are, right? So for some reason, that question was answered and you moved on. So see how that worked out for you and just be genuine and real with it. Don't be so generic, AI generated, robotic, Have some fun with it. People these days are really tense. Have some fun with people. And hey, the worst thing that you could hear from somebody, like I heard this tonight from her and I'm like, wow, those two people, you gotta feel real bad. They didn't make her feel like her story is worth talking about. Man, I thought that was just so deep, right? And here's the thing, that story may not even be all that amazing to me. Remember that, or to you. That's not the point. Obviously, it wasn't to those two guys or gals, right? So that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that person felt like their story, they don't belong. And that's it. That's not what this whole thing is all about. If that's what we're preaching, then we gotta kind of entertain what we preach, right? So I could talk about this all day, you can tell, but I won't, because it's already the next day. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. The last thing I want to say, I'll wrap it up with this. Don't pitch the deal when you're talking to a prospect, especially when you're right off the bat speaking to somebody. When somebody comes at me right off the bat, especially in LinkedIn, it's like, that's like the place. But, you say hi and they're like, you want to buy this? It's like, whoa, you know what I mean? You just like, thank you for connecting. They're like, here's a link, join my page. It's like, don't pitch the deal, and just kind of talk it out a little bit, heart to heart, and just be real with the answers, And I think that goes far with people, and people can sense that, and they feel like they belong. And that's the most important thing. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. I'll probably get back to them tomorrow. I don't know, maybe tonight. And with that, if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love, tag a couple people, share it on your, you know the drill. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.